We are live.
Good evening, inkers and tracers, to another episode of I'd Rather Be Motivated with my co host, David Fleming, and myself, Scott O Green. We are the duders that bring you I'd Rather Be Drawing.com. And just from the offset, I want to say this is so embarrassing. I had no idea you were going to wear the same thing as me tonight, David. I'm really sorry. I'm embarrassed.
It's Twinning Monday. I figured you knew.
I didn't even think about it.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so top of the show, where can we find you, David, when you're not here on our YouTube channel wearing our t-shirt?
Well, when I'm not showing my face on the YouTube channel, I'm showing my hands on the Instagram and my drawings at Art of Mr. Fleming and then Mr. David Fleming on Facebook.
That's not like we ventured into weird territory. We don't need Snapchat, dude.
Well, like as in like my hands.
Oh,
but due to unforeseen circumstances,
you can just put them down at your side.
I don't know what to do with them when I'm not drawing.
Put them down at your side.
Right here, like this.
Yeah. Just hold on to the mic. All right. This is why we don't let him show his face usually.
That's real.
He gets distracted easily. Anyway, as for myself, you can find me on Instagram at Mr. Green Draws, mr.greendraws, and also on Facebook at I'd Rather Be Drawing. Or, of course, I'd Rather Be Drawing.com, which we'll talk about at the start of the show because there's a cool new addition on the website. But anyway, how you been, David, besides the incident?
I want to say pretty good, but there's a reason why it's been a couple weeks since we've both been on here. Life's been really busy. Allergies have been kicking the butt. And just overall exhausted and tired a lot. But we talked about that a little bit beforehand. I think I need glasses. And so I've been getting like real bad headaches and like I just shut down when I get like, it's like you just can't even think. Like I'm like make a post on Instagram or shut my eyes for 30 seconds and forget I even wanted to, So that's been what I'm dealing with the past couple weeks. And then it's also like, who wants to stare at a drawing when you're just like pounding headache is happening here. And so I've been dealing with just like trying to get rid of everything up here and just that. And I thought that it was like one was leading to the other, but then like I was telling you, it was like, I just randomly was like, what if I put my glasses on? And I put my glasses on that I literally had since high school because I don't wear my glasses anymore. And then like the headache literally went away in like less than an hour. And I was like, oh crap, I've had this headache for 3 days and it just went away. I think this is my problem. So yeah.
It made a big difference for me when I finally bit the bullet and got some good glasses.
Yeah, and I'm not like against the wearing of them. I just always kind of thought I didn't need them, but it's like I think I'm like it's like I've heard that some people have this problem. It's not necessarily always too that your vision's bad, which mine isn't the best, but like because it isn't, you're making your eyes focus way harder than they should to like on the things.
Yeah, and that's what makes you more exhausted. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
your eyes work, they still work pretty good. You can see pretty good, but they're just working too hard, like harder than you need to. So
exactly,
get it figured out. Turns out in the realm of making comics and most everything else, your eyes can be somewhat important.
Right.
Take care of those. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Right. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of fun too. I feel like I get to shop for glasses and see what happens. So
there you go. Nerd up, bro. Nerd up. So, for those of you that don't know, I'd Rather Be Motivated is an art check show, meaning David and I are two artists, and we use this as an opportunity to check in with each other once a week to help keep each other accountable and on task, and just be able to bitch and moan about our problems sometimes too, like yellow jackets and bad backs. So,
bad backs. Let's get started.
But let's jump in with a positive first. What's your progress been like since I've seen you? It's been a little while. I do have the things written down here that we did have last time we talked. If you want me to relay those, or if
you know what, throw those out there and let's see if I did them all, because I know I did a lot, but I'm not sure how much I did that was actually on the list.
Yeah, I know I kind of did more in some areas and virtually none in others. So on the comic side of things, you said you were going to try to get pencil page number 2. For the artist side, you were working on your Skeksis and Batman. And then on the IRBD side, you were needing to get out the newsletter.
And I did that finally.
You did.
I have got to figure out a way of that. The best intentions every single month of getting that out. And like half the time, like it's typed up and it's ready to go. And it's just like getting into MailChimp and all that just is not a part of my routine. So I sit down to like do my thing. and then by the time like my son's woken up from the nap or whatever the thing is, the time has ended. I like put it down, and it's like right when I'm putting it on the computer every time. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't like. I need to do like business first, and that's actually kind of a thing I think I might start in terms of plans. Is like when I sit down to draw, I draw, and then if I have extra time, I mess with the other stuff. And I think it needs to be the other way around, and you like sit down business first and then draw kind of thing. It's the same thing with like making my post for the week. I missed a couple last week. That was mainly because I'm not feeling good and stuff, but like it was also because like I sat down and I knew I had 30 minutes of focus in my brain for the day, and I wasn't about to like spend it on Instagram. I wanted to spend it drawing. So like,
that I think that's not. We try to keep a balance with everything, but I think that what you did in that situation, honestly, I kind of feel like that is a good balance. If you're like, I'm not going to get all of these done, I'm not going to get the business done. The reason we're here is for the drawing, and we do a pretty good job of getting the word out there. So I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like that's the wrong decision for an artist.
Yeah, I don't feel guilty for it or anything, but there's like the like I keep pushing a thing off and then don't do it at all. Because I just keep making that excuse up, or like, I mean, I made the Monday, Wednesday, Friday post schedule for a reason, because that leaves Tuesdays and Thursdays and the weekend as like I have no other things except for drawing to do. So then like when it comes to the day where I have to post, it's like I should make the time for posting because I made the time for drawing yesterday, like that kind of thing. So
sure.
But things like the newsletter, updating stuff, updating.
Well, I was just going to say more and more with like the IRBD stuff. I think we are finding a way to be able to balance a little bit more of stuff between us, and be able to hand the ball back and forth in some areas. So I like to be more active in that too. And I think like we talked about with these snazzy new shirts, maybe doing a fun, oh, sorry. I think Santa Claus is on my roof. Sorry. Wait, I'm in an apartment. Sorry, never mind. Just weird noises.
Are people above you doing the dance?
I guess so. Sorry, it really caught my attention for a second there. Sorry, I derailed. But I think we want to do something on this next month to help bolster our newsletter and get people excited about it and signed up for it. Do a free T-shirt giveaway with it. So do like a drawing with that. So getting that figured out. But yeah, I think it kind of part and parcel with there's certain aspects of what we do that are more exciting to us than others. And maybe we just need to make the newsletter a bit more exciting for us,
Right.
Have some fun with it, get excited about it. Like once again, we did start that as like a foundation thing. Like you need to have a website, you need to be on social media, you need to work on your drawing, and now we're to the point where like, okay, what's the next step? And I think we're kind of there. We have things to share with people on a monthly basis and art that we can do giveaways and not take up extra time. And I think we've built up a nice little catalog of give and take for something like a newsletter,
Yeah.
But I think it'll work out.
I think you kind of nailed it. I need to make it more fun for myself. Like we just repeat things that have kind of already happened in the month. And for most people who follow us, they see it. And then it feels like, why am I taking this extra time to like make that thing out there again? But then it is like, it feels good and it feels direct. Like it's like these people who've signed up for our newsletter are getting like a personal one-on-one thing that I sent them and not like a random mass thing that I posted on Instagram or whatever. And so maybe like I just need to take a better inventory of what it means.
Like make trade back and forth on making like a little cartoonist illustration for it, almost like a Patreon exclusive, but just like a little illustration.
Maybe I do just need to add more of my art into it, and that'll make me enjoy it more.
Yeah. I like all those ideas. Anyway, so I have seen Skeksis. I have seen Batman. I think I saw pencils on Batman, right?
Pencils on Batman.
Pencils. Are we going to see some inks on that?
You will see some inks on Batman.
Have you started reading it?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on how the inks turned out on Batman.
Have you started reading it?
I have not started reading it yet, no. I think I was just like going to save it for Batman Day,
Oh, when's that?
Saturday.
I thought that was every day. I thought every day was Batman Day.
Every day is Batman Day in Missouri.
One of the things I love about that White Knight, besides like the cool, almost like Dracul collar and things like that, is like when you do get a glimpse at his utility belt, there's stuff like a military knife on there, like a Rambo knife almost. There's like a whip. There's like real world cool stuff, not just like, I don't know. It's cool. I love that version of Batman that we've talked about a few times now. But
Yeah.
you're gonna geek out on it when you watch it.
Oh, I definitely will. I'm stoked about. Actually, you did this to me. I've been reading Akira, and so I like sort of accidentally picked that one up. A friend of mine showed me this app that lets you read certain comics like uploaded to like websites.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I'll check it out. And then the very first thing that popped up was Akira, and I was like, I've been wanting to reread that one. And so I've actually kind of been reading that at a very slow pace, and I was like, man, I actually should stop at that, and I should read my White Knight. I should knock out the rest of my Southern Bastards, and then I should jump on that because there's two that I've had like on the burner now and that I just need to like get through.
White Knight's gonna go really quick once you start reading it because it's like watching a cartoon back in the day. It's like watching the Michael Keaton movies.
Yeah,
it's all the good. It's all.
I read the first like the intro. I read the little intro to it with like him and Joker and all that stuff, and it was like, all right, I'm in on this one. I love Sean Gordon Murphy. I mean, who writes it?
Him.
Oh, he writes it too.
That's what's so great about it. It's like he's putting his heart into this one.
Well, that makes it even better. That's awesome.
For a while, and then all of a sudden he's coming out with like. That's what I mean. I think it's the most, and I always say this because it just comes to mind. But Frank Miller of this generation, Batman telling, or even like Alan Moore Killing Joke. I know he wasn't the writer and artist, but still, just Hush, all those big landmark graphic novels that come out once in a while. I think this is definitely going to go down as. It is going down as, the next kind of milestone or landmark issue. But I digress. So IRBD, artist side, comic side, how are you doing on pencil and page 2?
I have penciled page 3.
Oh, nice. Moving right along.
I am, yeah, I'm in the zone on it. I'm like got a little bit more just like some details to kind of throw in on it before it's all completely done, but page 2 and 3 are all laid out, penciled pretty tightly. There's just like a couple of details to add to both pages. There's like it's like separate, but like the middle panel's like a spread, and there was like a piece of it that I needed to like get it untaped from the board and like put it back together to like do like a piece that stretches across it kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so like that's it. I'm just doing that, and that'll be done. So that'll be all through page 3, and then I'll start doing layouts for 4 and 5. I want to before the end of this month. I want to have 6 pages penciled because that's about how many I think I'll get done in Inktober, if not more. Mm-hmm. But I also plan with Inktober in mind. I'm going to ink it, scan it in, add the screen tones, and post that too. So I'm gonna like day 1 you'll see the panel, day 2 you'll see the panel screen tone. So I'm gonna go panel a day like I did last year, but like show it inked and then show it finished gray tone as well. I'm going to add that in as like because it's part of my inking process. And now that I'm going to do it, the screen tones digitally, I'm going to like make that a part of that. So, and that way too, I remember when I got to the end of the stuff for the first round of it last year, I just did my inks. I didn't have them scanned in or ready to actually be comicized. And so I just feel like if I make that a part of my process this month or next month for it, it'll be like, I'll end the month like with legitimate like pages in folders ready to be lettered. And that'll put me in like a way better spot with it all.
So yeah, I think that's awesome. Like when people get tied up in like, what are the rules of Inktober? Well, that's not the rule. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You're going in the spirit, which is like just the fun and love of inking. And what you're doing is your inking process from start to finish. And you're using this time of community and sharing to help kickstart it. And I think that's genius. But when people are like, well, am I allowed to do digital? Am I allowed to do this? You're allowed to do whatever you want. And you can put whatever hashtag on whatever you want anytime.
I remember Jake Parker literally talking about that in one of his podcasts of like, the rules are make a 30-day challenge work for you. So by the end, you have something worth talking about. Like those are the rules. Like any challenge you do, if you don't make it like applicable, like you're just wasting your time.
And I think some people would actually like, let something like Inktober derail their projects. Like say they're in the penciling stage of their thing, but they're like, I can't miss Inktober this year. So you put that completely on hold for a month just to do this. I don't think that's super wise either. Then just do one ink drawing a week, and then Inktober, I think, people get a little bit too caught up in the rules. They're great guidelines, but they're guidelines. But anyway. So any other progress? Any other things?
Yeah, I was trying to think. finish those. I need to make. At some point, I do need to stop by and make some copies of some prints. But like, yeah, no, I think that's pretty much the progress. I finished the pencils, and I'm about done with that Batman, and then I finished that stuff too, and just gonna smash through pencils on pages until the end of September, and then smash through inking all the way through October. Like, most of what I'm doing is planned up. I know we're not talking about plans necessarily yet, but I think I do want to do one more 5x7 before Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll probably be like my end of that I'm just going to go full pages until I'm in a good spot with paging, because I want to be in a bit better spot by the end of the year than I was last year. I would love to do the Kickstarter a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's next year. I kind of wish I had it ready for Planet Comic-Con instead of kickstarting it at Planet Comic-Con, but I don't like to set hard dates anymore. The stress of that sometimes is not as good as the, like, you know what I mean? Like enjoyment of the project. Sometimes you add the extra stress, and then there's a lot of pages, and I'm sure every artist feels this way, where I look back at analog missions and there's some pages where I know I finished not perfect at it, but like probably could have made it better. It didn't have to be perfect, but I could have made it better.
Well, maybe this time around you just focus on your process and just making sure you're always in your process, as opposed
exactly to
at a certain time. Very cool. And what month is Planet Comic-Con? Because I do want to try to come back and table.
I do think it's usually March. I can actually tell you the exact date, because in my email right now I have like the invite, like the hey, get the early price and keep your table for next year invite thing.
Well, then, like, I don't know if it's if you can buy like 2 tables and me buy from you to guarantee us being the, I don't know. I
don't actually know how that works, but I will guarantee.
Yeah, I want to go there this year.
It's March 20th and 22nd through the 22nd.
You know Samurai Ox?
Yeah, I do.
I think he's going to be there.
Ooh.
I think he's going to be tabling at Planet Comic-Con. So how cool would that be?
That would be pretty cool.
And thank you, Ace. He's in the chats. He'll say you never want to put it down. I think he's talking.
Referring to White Knight for sure.
Yeah, or our T-shirts.
Definitely the T-shirts. Yes, so you'll never want to put one down.
Right.
Wear it until it falls apart on your body.
Is that not what we do with clothes?
That's what I do with clothes.
All right. Anything else in progress you want to talk about?
No, I think I'll give it over to you.
I'm going to take that microphone away from you. Anyway.
I love that you can see it now, too. So you can see the voice, the eyes I make when I talk slowly into the mic.
So anyway, I kind of just did different stuff than I wrote down. I don't think I really looked at this again.
Wait, anyway. You see in the chat, we just got, it's that you seem really professional.
We do our best. Yeah, the art check is definitely not exactly about appearing to be professionals. Maybe we can take that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, as far as I'd rather be drawing goes, what I had written on here is that I wanted to find my Isabel Crane comic, the digital form of it, and then get it posted to our website, which I did. Thank you for your help, by the way. There was a few extra steps with that, but so if you go to I'dRatherBeDrawing.com, there is an ever-growing list of free comics there, and the newest one added is one by me called Isabel Crane's Die in Your Sleep. So if you want to check that out, it's there. So I finally got that up and running and did a few updates on the site and a few things I've been meaning to do. And then I got the T-shirts up for sale, which I'll have a link posted below after the show. And there's also a link in my link tree at my Instagram page. So now that's up, and got David one. So when we table at conventions or host extremely professional art check-ins on YouTube, we can look the part of professionals. It seemed like there was something else I did on that side. And then, oh, he's playing around. Cool.
Yeah, check us out. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, sweet.
Oh, what's that?
There it is. Doesn't it look good? I'm really proud of that comic. We always see stuff that we want to do better next time and all that sort of thing.
Oh, I love this guy right here. That I don't know. I think yeah, I bought a copy of this one. I don't remember this one. I love how that turned out.
Thank you. Yeah, and then at the beginning of it, in the little intro that I wrote there's a button that you can click, or since you're here on our YouTube page, where you can listen to the song that comic's based off of.
That's cool.
Band Isabel Crane, and it's their it's a single of theirs, so I made it a 45 record shape and everything.
So like you can listen to the song while you read the comic. That's actually really cool. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, even on the website, it was during the making of it, so I was kind of showing the art that I had done so far for it and kind of scrolling across all Ken Burns style, so kind of see where it was at that point and then the finished product there. And if you just love it, you can always buy one from me if you like. But anyway, I got my commission done. Oh, I don't have it sitting over here, but it's on my Instagram page. The one a girl at work for her boyfriend's birthday, she couldn't decide if she wanted to a portrait of him as a Jedi Knight or as a stormtrooper. So I did it as a stormtrooper holding a lightsaber. You know, best of both worlds, I thought. So I got that one done. I'm going to be handing it to her tomorrow, which I'm excited about, which means my commission stuff is kind of over for now, which is good because I had a few in there. That's not it.
We had a special request from the chat for Big Chungus.
Okay. There we go. But anyway, so commission is over for now. And they were some of them were a little bit tougher than I thought. They at least took me longer because I had time to do them. People weren't in a hurry, but there were likenesses of people's boyfriends and of people's children and stuff like that. So they took me a little bit longer. As far as on the comic, I got a lot more writing of that done. I'm in the process of sort of translating all the scenes that I have now, which I think I have all of them, onto note cards, and then kind of playing with them to see what I can do with the order that isn't just straight in a line the whole time, but just kind of where you start shuffling stuff around. I also had on here that I wanted to like have all of my pages cut for it and then do one of those panel grids that I can scan in and do online. I didn't do that, so I would like to work on that for next time. But and then on top of that, I also had a few episodes of Read More Comics, and I kind of didn't really mention it on here the past few weeks that we did this stuff, but I am proud that at least for the first 4 episodes, going on 5, knock on wood, I have been regular about them coming out every Wednesday on schedule. One was a little bit closer to Wednesday evening because the upload time took so long. I didn't have it ready Tuesday night, so I had to kind of go to work and then finish it up when I got home Wednesday. But still, New Comics Day on Wednesdays. Sometimes the truck is delayed. So, but yeah, been getting that done and had some good response and having fun with it and learning as I go, hoping to make it better. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually want to give props for that one. Like, you're killing it with that. You have been putting them up consistently. I am in the middle of trying to figure that stuff out that the shirt deal.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I would have I did not get any of that on Friday. It was a really bad day for this thing that we were just talking about. And I couldn't find the focus for it, but
really okay,
yeah, I think your thing is awesome. I love the format of it. I actually really enjoy it. I watch them every week now.
I appreciate it, man.
It's my Thursday detention draw while my kids are in there. I'll just play it while I'm sitting up at my desk and they're in detention. So
very cool. I try to keep it clean and not show anything too crazy, but
you know, you're entertaining the hooligans of our youth and their 6 a.m. detention.
I'm part of punishment. That is awesome. Oh man. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I was sort of thinking I've been kind of bummed that I'm not way further along in my October comic. Like, ideally, I'd be, getting a Kickstarter ready for it and all that sort of stuff. But I have high hopes for it, and I want it to be really good and all that. But I'm started thinking that, maybe it was meant to be. But because I'm reading all these comics right now in a lot of different kinds, and kind of putting them under the microscope a bit more than I would if I was just reading them. I'm really kind of trying to focus on them and think of something to say for the show and everything. And just in searching out something different each week, 3 different things to really, make for a cool show. I'm just seeing a lot of cool art, and I think I'm getting a lot ready in my, what's the Jake Parker thing about your creative bank account?
Right.
I think I'm really stocking up visually for what I want to do, because zeroing in more, and like I'm really starting to like visualize it in my head, where I've had trouble kind of seeing what the comic was going to look like in my head. But
yeah, you're also probably doing an unconscious analysis of what you're liking and not liking and thinking works, and like that's my aesthetic, I should snag a little bit of that and kind of combine it together. I mean, that's kind of what I did too with my comic when it turned into what it turned into. Like it was just going to be literal straight comic format, and then like literally because of the things I was into at that point and the things I was reading and really like getting into, I was like, my aesthetic is this like, you know, American style Western meets Eastern style manga thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, it should be the size of manga. Like, and that was like from exactly what you're saying, like sort of taking a deeper analysis of the ones I was reading at the time and why I liked them and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely informing what I want to do going forward. And with like the commissions I was doing, I did feel good about where my art was going and making kind of like I was going like the extra mile with them and trying to make like a full illustration out of it and stuff like that. And now with this influence, I'm really excited to get the writing done so I can get to the visualization stuff, because I'm pretty excited for what yeah, just getting excited for that part of it. But you know how it goes.
I do know how it goes.
But so moving on to our progress, problems, plans. So problems, what have you kind of run into? We've talked about allergies and glasses. Anything else coming at you in swarms?
that was a good drop there. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but like this, I'm really bad at the mirror thing. This knuckle right here is like insanely swollen, and so is right here and up on my hand a little bit. I realized it later on, it got me like up the finger too. I was mowing the lawn today and I knocked into a yellow jacket nest and like got attacked by it, and it was like, it took a minute, like it was crawling across my glasses, and I like went to grab it and took it off and was like, what? And then that's when like it bit me the first time. Right? They sting or bite? I don't know. I don't really know. I know they, with yellow jackets, they can keep stinging you. They're not like bees where they die after they hit you with the stinger. They can just keep going at you. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shoot, they're all over me. And I was telling you before the show, if anyone's ever been attacked by yellow jackets, like they crawl up the clothes and all over you, and you have to literally like, you got to take it all off to get them off you. And so that was my evening, was that. And like, I can't bend this finger right here. Like that's like, I can bend here, but I can't bend it. Like he got me right on the knuckle, and it is gigantic. And like, I just cannot bend that finger. And that's my drawing hand. And that's why you see my face right now. And I'm not drawing. That's why I kind of made the joke that usually you see my hands, but right now I am a little handicapped.
Is that why your face is so messed up too? Did you get stung?
Whoa! Actually, thankfully, like no, like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
that would have sucked, man.
Yeah, but like
I like that you like ran off and you're like, yellow jackets, and so you're like, I gotta get my clothes off, so I gotta get inside, so you did all that stuff, and your wife's like, so are we gonna turn off the lawnmower?
Oh yeah. So I came running in the house, and I was like, kind of like, not necessarily screaming, but I was like, freaking get off me, like, and I think she thought like I like chopped my hand off.
Oh,
and like I didn't even think about that, but she was like, hey, next time we come running inside from the lawnmower, can we yell like bees or something, so that I know like we're not bleeding and dying or something.
Ambulance was halfway here, dude.
Yeah, but it was, and then there was like, I literally had to grab the fly swatter, and I killed probably 4 of them that had like found their way in the house, like with me with my clothes too, and was just like, but then she was like, because I have a mower that it doesn't automatically shut off when you let go, so then you could just like hear it in the front yard running, and she was like I'd go out there, but I don't know how to turn off your mower, and I was like, ugh. So
I'll do it.
Get dressed and go back out into the swarm, and
yeah, that sounds like a problem for sure, man.
Yeah, it was not fun. My hand hurts a lot. Like no other area that they bit me or got me like hurts now. Like it's just like annoying and a little numb. My like it feels like I closed my hand in a car door like 10 minutes ago. Like
you should have some ice on it, bro.
I did, and I put that Benadryl cream, and apparently you can do some kind of like baking soda paste or something that works really well for the swelling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to try anything, because like literally like it hurts the same it did when it happened. Like all my other ones like went down. This one like is killing me. Like it literally feels like it's right on the knuckle, and it's huge.
Probably got you in the bone a bit.
Yeah, that must be why it hurts. It must be the bone there, because
even no meat on a finger knuckle.
Do what?
I ain't no meat on a finger knuckle.
Yeah, exactly. But like right up the finger here too. He got me, and that one's just like a little dot, and then like right here, it's like my whole knuckle's like gigantic and like red, and it hurts a lot. So big baby Fleming.
Sucks.
But so there's my problems because I wanted to get some drawing done. So I hope I can knock the swelling down. So at least I can use my hand. Like I legitimately cannot bend it at the knuckle.
Like duct tape. Do one of those. You can do it. Man. Fuck up.
Ellie was making fun of me, my daughter, because like I was like literally at that like when it first happened, like I had like this shaky hand. She's like, Dad, why is your hand shaking?
You look like a moron. You're like, oh man.
And she kept being like, did those bugs make your hands shaky again? Like I was like, stop bringing it up.
I will win after all.
But yeah, then I put a colander over their hole and drowned them just before the live show.
Oh,
because
they deserved it.
In case you're wondering, they do not pollinate. They are just aggressive, nasty animals.
They are just bastards.
And they go to sleep at night, so like they just like go back in the nest. So you like trap them in the nest, and you're like, yeah.
That's pretty hardcore, man. But you do what you got to do. They stung your knuckle.
Yeah, it was definitely a revenge killing.
Knuckle sting.
100% revenge.
Any other epic problems?
Well, yeah. I guess there was one more attached to that one.
What?
I threw my glasses off, and then when I was moving the mower to turn it back off, I ran my glasses over. And like, I'm not even kidding. They are in 20 pieces.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
But like we said before, you probably need a new prescription anyway, which is probably why you weren't wearing them very often. So it's destiny.
Pretty much. All right, man. Oh, no, I'll wait. Go ahead. Over to you, Scott O Green.
What are we even talking about? Problems. Oh, he's annoying me. That's one problem. The worst. We're mirrored backwards, so I got to remember to point this way if I'm trying.
This guy.
I know. You got to go the other way. You got to go. Anyway.
No, I'm talking about the guy sitting next to me.
Oh yeah, that guy sucks. Anyway, my most immediate problem, my back's been kind of rough the past couple days, and didn't get to take care of stuff I needed to take care of today, and was needing to do that, and had drawing stuff tonight, but couldn't do that. So, and it's kind of hurting just sitting here for this long, so I don't have too much.
That's no fun.
But so that's the most immediate thing, and that kind of always messes with my head a little bit when that starts hurting, because whether you're laying down or standing up or sitting at a drawing desk, it kind of hurts. So hopefully that will pass quickly. I'm sure it will. But besides that, just time stuff. Like when we missed, we couldn't do it the week of Labor Day. I thought I could squeeze that in, but then it was like make one more stop on the way home, which made it kind of tough, so I couldn't swing that. And then when we were going to make it up, you had a headache, I think, and so we weren't able to. And I was like, maybe we can fit it in on this day. And then pretty much as soon as I said that, I was like, no, man, I can't do that because of this. So sometimes I think I'm just trying to do too much. I mean, I want to do more, same old time, balance, all that sort of stuff, but and figuring that out. And I've been religious the past few weeks with keeping it every Wednesday on this thing, but I do want to get that process ironed out and maybe even like record quite a few in advance, because really it just takes me sitting down one comic at a time and recording a little bit on it and then putting it in. But I'm still kind of making the thing each week as I go. So just hoping to iron out some of those things so I can get to doing the thing that I really enjoy, which is making the comics. I enjoy all this other stuff too, the entrepreneurial stuff of figuring out t-shirts and websites and content and all that sort of thing. But man, I really want to make this Halloween comic. But yeah, that's the biggest problem for me.
That's a pretty big problem, actually, of like just like I know I want to do X amount of things, but where do I focus my time?
Yeah. And I really don't want to sacrifice any of the certain things,
Right.
We have this like 3-pronged effect, and sometimes I get more done on one than the other, but I still feel like I like the idea of aiming at doing a little something on each week, at least having them on my mind. So even if I'm like choosing to not do it. I'm conscious of it, and like 3 months doesn't go by where I haven't even looked at the website, you know.
It's like my problem with like the newsletter is that like 3 months go by and I'm like, oh crap, we have a newsletter. I better get on that.
Yeah. So, you know, making it fun is cool, and then all of it becomes fun, and then you don't have quite enough time for, you know, fun all the time. So, but that's what it is. But what are you going to try to focus on for this next week?
Are we talking about plans?
Plans, comic side of stuff, the artist side of stuff, and the I'd rather be drawing side of stuff. What do you think?
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh,
that includes all three.
Oh my gosh, it sure does. 3 birds, 1 stone. I love it, man.
So yeah, this is what I'm doing this Saturday. I'm really excited about it. If you can see some of those guests, it's a pretty cool little thing happening in a comic shop in Peculiar that invited me out. It's the ones that a while ago I did a live stream on their Facebook with Analog Missions. They like had me out, interviewed me, and it was like a blast. Like I love those dudes. They're so much fun. They're super professional, and at the same time, they're like all the kinds of knot that you like in a business kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really excited. That's this Saturday. That's what I've been doing all those little 5x7s for. Because I can't bring the whole setup. It's going to be outside in a tent. So I can't go super crazy with like the full on like giant print menu behind me. So I've been trying to figure out a way to kind of like display things a little bit differently, or kind of lay things flat and smaller drawings and things in the book or whatever. But I am really excited. I think it's going to be a blast. It's like literally all day, and the dudes like are going to take care of us. Like they are already like, there's already like a hilarious group chat of like literally like they were kind of like, what do you guys want? And like jokingly someone was like, I'll take a T-bone and like a whiskey and like have it ready for me room temperature by the time I get there. Or like, you know, they're like, we need to know if you're serious because we really will get that for you. Like,
then you guys are like, oh yeah, T-bone.
Right. What was like that? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Elf. It reminded me of where he's like, they get that crazy author guy, and he's like, I need the limo to be exactly 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Pick me up from the airport at no later than 3 o'clock. I expect 1 water with 3 ice cubes in it.
70 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. Be there.
Yeah, man. You should go all out, man. Prima donna. I love it.
It's exciting, though. I am definitely coming at it in a much more humble experience for me. But I think we've already kind of talked about it a little bit in a couple of the past episodes. But it really does feel like my first invitation, sort of like I was invited to a con and did not have to pay for a table experience. So I am excited about that.
Congratulations. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing to focus on. That's this weekend?
Yes. Saturday. Cool. All day.
That's a little bit of everything. Promote I'd Rather Be Drawing, yourself, and your comic.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's like all I'm going to focus on. I'm going to, those latest prints, I just made the post on my Instagram not long ago, and it was like that Spider-Gwen, my Analog Missions one of all my characters, and then a couple of the other one. That was my Hollow Knight, and then there was another one. It was another one of my characters. I have not actually sent away to get prints out of those because I've been waiting until I had all 4 because I was going to send away to that company that I ordered from, and it's like not worth just ordering 1 set of prints. So I, got those coming in, and then I'll have those for this weekend that I'm excited about.
Very cool. Yeah, those are looking good. I'm excited for your new print run.
It does.
Those.
It feels like an upgrade. Like it really felt like I leveled up there with those last few coloring jobs, and so I'm excited moving forward with all that kind of stuff. I'm actually excited moving forward too with my comic because I've been doing that thing of analyzing my like screen tones and how they're used. I even found an old book that like my sister was cleaning out like all of her stuff from when we were kids, and she had these like how to draw manga books back when we were like, you know, like little middle school kids who loved manga. Mm-hmm. And there was one specifically about screen tone with things where I was like, this is great, because it's like super hard to find someone talking about it and the concept of it and not just like doing a demo of how to apply it. Mm-hmm. Like when you YouTube it or try to look it up now, that's why you sent me that one guy that you always talk about. His demo was nice. It was a little bit more. Right. Yeah. He talked a little bit more about some concepts that I was like, I wasn't aware of that. I'm glad he said that. But like most demos and things you find are just like person playing music in the background while they screen tone their comic, or like someone being like, so you take a razor blade and you cut out the comic and then you cut it in the shape and peel it back, and that's how you use screen tone. I'm like, no, I need the concept. Like I want you to talk about Like why and when do I use?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Whether
so,
it's texture or depth or
right, exactly. Yeah, like the reasoning behind when and why to do it. And this book goes in real depth of like talking about like balancing of the gray tones and why like if you're gonna do like black in the back or black in the front and how you should balance it and how you should evenly distribute tones across and stuff like that. And so I'm excited to.
Will you make a video for our YouTube channel here after you soak up all that information?
I really probably should. I really need to get on that.
I think actually, because like you said, like you just said there, that like there isn't like that doesn't exist very well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to.
So that would be an awesome contribution. I could mooch off of it, and learning by teaching.
Right. I mean,
you're going to learn it enough to where you could teach it, and you're going to teach it to somebody or talk about it at some point. So now you can be like, refer to my video.
I think like unintentionally, that's how my mind just works nowadays is like just being a teacher. Like when I go to learn something, I don't consider myself knowing it until I know it enough to teach it.
Yeah. I think that was an Einstein. The Artcasters actually just had an episode on this. Just why you should teach and share your knowledge.
Yeah.
As you're learning anything. And I think they said it was Einstein that said you don't really know something until you know it enough to be able to teach it to somebody else simply, or something like that.
Of course.
So yeah, like I don't know the quote very well, so I made it too long and convoluted.
Right. Actually, I believe that was Abraham Lincoln. Gandhi.
I didn't know Gandhi was his real last name. Anyway,
government name.
But did I start? Wait, did I start talking about plans yet? Or are we still just yapping about stuff?
Oh no, I was still yapping. I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost track.
I was just saying that. I mean,
Abraham Gandhi.
Plans for the foreseeable future are to knock out pages of the comic and go to my convention thing this, whatever you want to call that, this weekend. And then, and I have in November, it's called Fountain City Comic-Con in Lenexa, Kansas. I just found out about it like not even a week ago, and I just paid for my table last weekend.
Nice.
So that's going to be a fun one. I think it's like its second year. I love getting on the ground floor with ones like that.
I think we've talked about this before, but I think the smaller micro cons, specifically more for comics, is going to be.
Yeah, I seem to do really well at those because I'm a very personable guy. And then like I think when people meet me and realize like, oh, actual comic guy, like not just artist, like I'm in the scene and I am the scene kind of thing. I always end up with like meeting a lot of cool people that I end up keeping in contact with and aren't just like bought my stuff and I never saw them again.
Sure. Yep, I'm excited for that. And that's actually on my list of plans. Trying to figure that stuff out.
Like more face to face.
Yeah, well, no, like something I actually had on my list of something to do from last time, which I forgot to talk about not doing. It's just like really figuring out a convention scene around here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that. But yeah, just and I've kind of made a short list here and there and finding some, but then I like learn about even more that I didn't know about. So I'm really just trying to find like a small handful and even start with figuring out Planet Comic-Con on when it's possible to get a table ordered for that. So I don't let that opportunity slip by. Like I said, if they are already offering you a chance to buy and you're like, can I purchase 2 tables? Hit me up.
Yeah, I'll double check that. So I haven't clicked on it yet because it is like worded as like it's a one-time link click.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm assuming so that you can't just like have it open forever or whatever. It's like once I click the link, it won't let me click it again is what it sounded like.
Okay.
So.
Well, just let me know because like I said, if I have an opportunity to get that locked in, then that'll kind of guarantee that I make it happen. And that's half the battle sometimes. Like if you buy the concert ticket, you'll make sure to go. That type of thing. But anyway, so for the artist side of stuff, I want to figure out the convention scene a bit more. I've gotten stuff together and I'm making the thing. Now I need to tell everybody. And I do well in person, so I need to get in person. For the IRBD contribution, I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple this week to something I know how to do, which I think should help things. And that's getting another episode of Read More Comics ready on Wednesday for our YouTube channel here. And then for the comic side of stuff, I'm going to focus on finishing up those note cards and, organizing the writing side of stuff, always tightening that up. but so that I can get something a bit more physical. I do want to figure out how to get that panel template. I rewatched the video once, but I'll probably watch it another time or two to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. I really want to stick to a grid pattern, unless it really calls for something out of the ordinary. I want to keep it simple on this comic with panel layouts.
Yeah,
fit in like good grids so I can fit in as much story as I can, and just if you can't keep it simple, then there's no reason I should be trying to reinvent the wheel.
Did you buy that Circlin pack, the comic pack?
I did.
There's a whole bunch of pre-made panels and stuff in that pack.
Is there?
Of like ideas for common grids and stuff.
Cool. I might be able to use that. I am doing like a square comic this time, so I just need to in a quick way be able to.
And what you need to do is go back to some mouse guard.
Yeah. As far as just seeing layouts and seeing how they use it and everything.
Yeah, mouse guards is a square format.
Sure.
Like, and he does it really well with us in like terms of like most of it is very simple grid.
Mm. Yep. I feel like it's the best, especially for this type of story. So
yeah. Do you have mouse guard things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I've got one. I do want to get more. Ooh, that would be a great one to use for the show.
Legend of the Guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Legend of the Guard. The one. It was super cool. I want to keep getting it signed because it's the one that has Jake Parker in it.
Yeah.
So I got it signed by him and crap. Who's the main artist? Who's the creator?
David, whatever his name is.
I'm such a jerk. But anyway, I got his signature because I bought it from him.
Yeah, I always remember his first name, sharing it with him, but I do always forget his last name because I feel like I say it wrong. When you think you don't say a name right, so you're not super confident of it.
For sure. And then Dustin Wynn has a story in it, and I don't know, when I went through the names of that particular volume of that series, it had a lot of people in it I like, and that'd be a fun one to go around and try to collect all the signatures. But
David Peterson.
What?
David Peterson.
Yeah, that's a tough name.
Well, it's Peterson, S-E-N, and I think I always think it's Peterson, right? You don't say that weird?
Is it with a D or T?
It's with a T. So it's Peter with a T and then S-E-N, but it makes you think am I supposed to say that weird or am I just overthinking it?
Mr. Peterson.
Yeah. People who see my name sometimes pronounce Fleming. They overpronounce the ing, and you're like, nah, man, it's just like Fleming. Just say it like it looks, man.
Just say it like it looks, man.
So,
well, yeah, I'll look at that square format. If anybody has any other cool square format things they want to recommend, put it down below because I am soaking up as much as I can before I get started on this book.
Drop it in the chat if you read square comics.
Thank you. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Anything else you had on your mind for today, or shall we just get back to it?
Yeah, just trying to keep it rolling. Don't stop making, even if I don't always show up for it afterwards or whatever. But that has been a goal of mine. So it's there's the combination of just making sure that I still do the art and don't let the fact I have to post it make me not want to or get overwhelmed by it. But I did want to do this. I thought this was a good way to close, since we found this fun way of screen sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the website. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to check out this page has all of our comics, previews, or free little minis that we've made over the years. Little synopses of them. And when you click on that, you can actually read. Most of these have almost all of it to read. I've thrown my analog missions up there where you can download a PDF preview. That's the first chapter. See if you like it. And then these are early comics that I wrote that I've written. Yeah, man, I'm getting all over myself on that one. That were fun little comic journals or things like that. Or when I first realized I wanted to write comics as a practice round. And then Scott has a couple of really good ones here too that are basically the same thing, comic journals and the first go at it for comics, and then October's first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be all right. Whenever that one becomes worth money, that's what we have to call that one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You should definitely find a way to print this in the back of or something of October. Yeah,
I would like to have a little bit of fun with this book. We'll see, because it's one of those where the story keeps growing, and I don't want to let it get epically huge, but I want to let it be what it needs to be. But yeah, I love extras. I'll try to get that in there. But yeah, folks, and like we said before, I think way too many people get caught up in by the time they're doing their next comic, they're like ashamed of the last one or their first one, or they don't want people to see where they came from. And part of I'd Rather Be Drawing is we invite you to see us learn and grow, and that's like scabs and everything sometimes. So I'm actually really proud of those first comics. I'm excited about where we started and where we've gone from there. So yeah, we invite you to check out our comics, warts and all.
And subscribe to the newsletter in the corner of the website there as well. Look at that.
We'll have that posted below. And like we said, we'll talk more about it, but I think we're just going to go ahead and say right here that for next month on October 1st, to kind of celebrate the newsletter and fall and October and all that good stuff, we're going to do a t-shirt giveaway, and you'll be able to pick the style of shirt and color of the shirt. There's a lot to choose from with the I'd Rather Be Drawing emblem on it. So whether you got to go shopping or go to a baby shower or go get chores done, you can show the world how you really feel.
Go shopping.
But anyway,
whenever anyone says go shopping, it reminds me of that Bismarcky song, Albee Square Mall.
Nope.
Might be the only one enough of a fan of Bismarcky to know he has more songs than Just a Friend. Did you know he made a whole album?
Such a weirdo. Nice sign off. We were doing so well.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna get tired of it. It's kind of too fun.
Yeah. Well, anyway, when you're not here having a bunch of fun, where else are you having fun?
I'm having fun at my job, at my house, at the zoo.
Is it over yet?
Yes. So you can
for me, you can find me at Mr. Green Draws on Instagram. That's mr.greendraws. And yes, extremely professional we are. David?
Yes. You can find me at Art of Mr. Fleming on Instagram and Mr. David Fleming on Facebook and around the web.
All right.
I think that pretty much wraps it up. What do you think?
Yeah, with a nice little bow.
All right. Well, then in 3, 2, 1.